What if the most dangerous man in Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't a cursed spirit, wasn't a sorcerer, and didn't even possess cursed energy? What if the person who shattered the balance of the entire Jujutsu world was someone that system had already decided was worthless? Toji Zenin is not just a powerful character. He is a contradiction that exposes a fatal flaw at the heart of Jujutsu society. Toji Zenin is often remembered as the man who killed Satoru Gojo, even if only once. But that moment is only the surface of his true impact. His existence rewrote the rules of power, destiny, and lineage in Jujutsu Kaisen. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Toji is not simply a tragic assassin, but the single biggest disruption to the Jujutsu system itself. Before we go deeper, it's important to understand why Toji mattered so much. The Jujutsu world is built on cursed energy. Power, status, and worth are all measured by how much cursed energy you have and how well you can control it. From birth, sorcerers are ranked, judged, and shaped by this one metric. And then Toji Zenin was born with none. Toji was a member of the Zenin clan, one of the three great families, a lineage obsessed with inherited techniques and bloodline purity. Yet Toji was born with a complete heavenly restriction, stripping him of all cursed energy in exchange for an inhuman physical body. In a society that equates cursed energy with value, Toji was considered defective. Not weak, but useless. The Zenin clan didn't just reject him, they erased him. That rejection shaped everything about Toji. Unlike characters driven by ideals or ambition, Toji is motivated by survival and resentment. He doesn't seek recognition. He seeks money, efficiency, and freedom from a system that never gave him a chance. This is why Toji becomes a sorcerer killer. Not because he hates sorcerers individually, but because his very existence is proof that their hierarchy is meaningless. Toji's power is often misunderstood. On paper, he shouldn't be able to fight special grade sorcerers. He has no cursed techniques, no reverse cursed energy, and no domain expansion. And yet, he dominates through pure physicality, strategy, and preparation. His heavenly restriction gives him speed, strength, and senses far beyond any normal human. He can perceive curses without cursed energy. He can move faster than sorcerers can react. He doesn't overwhelm opponents with raw power alone. He dismantles them. This becomes horrifyingly clear during the Star Plasma Vessel incident. Toji doesn't challenge Gojo and Geto head-on out of arrogance. He studies them. He waits. He exhausts them mentally and physically. He attacks at the one moment Gojo believes the threat is over. Toji's victory isn't about being stronger than Gojo. It's about understanding how sorcerers think and exploiting their blind spots. This is where Toji truly breaks the Jujutsu world. Sorcerers rely on cursed energy detection, barriers, and intuition. Toji exists outside all of that. He is invisible to their systems. The Jujutsu world had no defense against someone like him because they never believed someone like him mattered. The weapons Toji uses reinforce this idea. He doesn't wield cursed techniques, he wields cursed tools. Each weapon is chosen with precision, not tradition. The inverted spear of heaven nullifies cursed techniques, something almost unthinkable in Jujutsu combat. The split soul katana bypasses durability and attacks the soul directly. These tools allow Toji to fight at the highest level without ever engaging in the system itself. He doesn't play the game, he flips the board. Symbolically, Toji represents the cost of Jujutsu society's obsession with bloodlines and power rankings. While characters like Gojo are celebrated as miracles, Toji is treated as a mistake. And yet, both are anomalies. The difference is that Gojo was nurtured and protected, while Toji was discarded. That contrast matters because it explains why Toji fights the way he does. He doesn't monologue, he doesn't hesitate. He kills efficiently because hesitation is a luxury he was never allowed. Now, brief manga spoilers ahead. Toji's death is often seen as the end of his relevance, but in reality, it's the beginning of his legacy. His defeat at Gojo's hands is not framed as a failure of strength, but a moment of humanity. Toji could have walked away. Instead, he stays. He tests fate one last time. And he loses. But even in death, Toji leaves scars that never heal. His son, Megumi Fushiguro, becomes one of the most important pieces on the Jujutsu board. Toji's decision to sell Megumi to the Zenin clan is cruel, but also revealing. Toji believes talent will protect his son in a world that destroyed him. He doesn't believe in kindness or reform. He believes only power can survive the system. Ironically, Megumi inherits both worlds. He is a Zenin by blood, a sorcerer by talent, and yet emotionally distant from clan ideology. This duality is Toji's true revenge. Megumi represents a future the Zenin clan cannot control. And when the clan is ultimately destroyed, it is symbolically the delayed consequence of rejecting Toji in the first place. Toji's resurrection during the Shibuya incident further reinforces his role as a force of disruption. Without cursed energy, without memories guiding him, his body still moves with purpose. He doesn't attack randomly. He gravitates toward the strongest presence. Even death cannot fully erase him because Toji is not bound by cursed logic. He is instinct and violence shaped into human form. One of the most overlooked aspects of Toji is that he proves effort and adaptation can rival inherited genius. In a series dominated by prodigies, Toji stands apart as someone who sharpened himself through experience rather than talent. This is why his fights feel so grounded and brutal. There is no spectacle for spectacle's sake. Every movement has intent. There is a popular fan theory that Toji's heavenly restriction represents the natural opposite of cursed energy, a kind of balance the world tries to suppress. While not confirmed, the narrative supports this idea. Every time the Jujutsu world leans too heavily into cursed energy dominance, someone like Toji emerges to destabilize it. In that sense, Toji isn't an accident, he's a correction. Looking forward, Toji's influence continues to shape the future of Jujutsu Kaisen. Characters like Maki, who undergoes a similar transformation, are living proof that Toji's path was not unique. The difference is that Maki survives long enough to challenge the system directly. Where Toji chose detachment, Maki chooses destruction. Both are responses to the same cruelty. This raises an uncomfortable question for the Jujutsu world. If Toji was right, if cursed energy is not the ultimate measure of strength or worth, then the entire foundation of sorcerer society is flawed. Domains, techniques, and bloodlines mean nothing if someone without them can still stand at the top. In the end, Toji Zenin is not a hero, and he is not a villain in the traditional sense. He is a consequence. A man created by a broken system who proved that system was never absolute. He didn't just kill sorcerers, he killed certainty. And in a world obsessed with control and destiny, that might be the most terrifying power of all. So the real question isn't whether Toji was strong, it's whether the Jujutsu world ever recovered from the truth he exposed.